Good afternoon. Well, I like to see him go out and kind of build on what he's done during camp and lead our team and get us in the end zone and really play good football for the amount of time that he's in there. Yeah, we feel real good about, we're sort of pleased with how that competition has been going. I feel like both players have gotten better. With a quarterback, it's all about the footwork every day, all day. And, most often when, you complete a pass or everybody in the crowd is oohing and ahhing, you look back and his feet were good. And then very often when something goes awry, the feet weren't good. And so you just continue to work on it. It's no different than anything else in sport. But really what happens below the waist for a quarterback is very essential. I think it's very valuable. I think, it just adds to their experience. We see a certain scheme of defense that's different than what we've seen this week, and I think we've benefited from getting the reps because we're going to play teams this season that play this style of defense. So that's beneficial. I like changing the scenery and making the players have to adjust. I think that's part of our game, adjusting. We see by practicing against another team, you see a couple wrinkles that you weren't expecting, and they apply their rules. And I think of these all as teaching and coaching moments. And, there were many more good plays than bad, but the bad plays you learn from, and you move on. Oh, I wouldn't say they struggled yesterday. I thought they did some good things yesterday. We had some snap issues that, obviously can't happen. But I think as a group, they're battling pretty hard, and I think they're on track to have a good year. We've still got a long time left to prepare before our first game, but I'm pleased with their progress. I'm pleased with what they're doing. They're battling, and they're doing well. Yeah. Yeah. I caught, Coach just mentioned we're going to discuss that tonight. I mean, how much time everybody's going to play. As you get ready for a season, each player needs different things. And so we'll decide that as we go. We as coaches tend to think more is better than less in everything, But we're also going to be smart with all our players to make sure they're ready to roll when we play the Giants. And part of the preseason obviously involves the preseason games, which are very important, in my opinion, for a lot of the guys on our roster, and maybe a little less important for some. And Coach will kind of go through that with you when he's made a final decision on all the players. I think he's done a good job. I think coming back from injury like he has, it's been a real steady improvement. And again, his process is different than Jerry Jeudy's. And so we feel good about where he's at now, and we'll just try to maximize the time he has left before we play. I don't think so. You saw Teddy throw a nice crossing post today, and he threw that with, great, yeah. And so I think offensively, all the throws in your offense are really designed for, at least in our mind, for both quarterbacks that we have. So, no, we don't call them differently as you compare Teddy to Drew. Their styles are probably a little bit different, and their attributes are a little bit different, but I think you can call any play with both of those guys in our package. Who? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. I've seen great growth. I mean, we put him to the test last year. You can imagine a young man coming from college with really no training, right? And then in our first 4 games, we were playing one was the Super Bowl champ. We were playing playoff caliber teams early against really good fronts and multiple fronts. And he battled all year, didn't say a word, and continued to improve throughout the year. And I think he's on that steady climb still. He's got a bright future. He's smart, he's tough, he works hard. He's real self-aware when something bad happens. We're sort of pleased with his progress. Yeah, no, I certainly became quickly impressed by him when I was here. Really everything Vikings, it's first-class organization, first-class players, coaches and whatnot. No, I've been impressed by him, and he's a story that we tell every year. I did it when I was in New York. We do it, the undrafted guy that becomes a superstar. And, I think aside from his play, I'm just impressed by who he is as a person. I've gotten to know him and his family, and no, he's one of those dudes to be admired. I do, because it's, they're tires you kick when it doesn't go well, and so you can appreciate that, and, I can shrug my shoulders sometimes and see what he's going through, and I can remember it. I think there's a lot going on in there. It really is, and I've been impressed by his progress. All right, guys.